Welcome to ArtG Group's regulatory update. Today's update is from Australia and will highlight some reforms that the TGA has been implementing to align with the EU MDR, which commenced on May 26, 2021. First, we will go over the changes to the process for including Class 1 non-measuring medical devices and Class 1 IVD medical devices in the ArtG. Second, we will discuss the changes to the regulation of software-based medical devices that began on February 25, 2021. In addition to this, we will also discuss the reclassification of certain medical devices that comes into effect on November 25, 2021. And finally, the UDI implementation in Australia. Let's discuss each update in detail. The first change is the ArtG's inclusion for Class 1 non-sterile non-measuring medical devices and Class 1 IVD medical devices. These changes were in effect from October 1, 2020 for Class 1 medical devices, December 4, 2020 for Class 1 IVDs, and May 20, 2021 for Class 1 export-only and Class 1 IVD export-only medical devices. Under the previous scheme, the manufacturer's declaration of conformity were simply held by the applicants at the time of the ArtG inclusion process. However, under the new scheme, the applicants need to provide the manufacturer's DOC with their application to include devices in ArtG. Under this new scheme, devices that were automatically included in ArtG and exempted application audit and assessment may now be subject to non-mandatory audit if the TGA is not satisfied with requirements for inclusion. But if the TGA is satisfied with all the requirements for inclusion in the ArtG, the TGA will include the device in the ArtG within 4 business days of receiving the application. However, the post-market reviews for devices under this scope of change will still be required in accordance with the existing process. Next change is regarding the regulation of software-based medical devices, which commenced on February 25, 2021. These changes included the following. Certain medical devices were carved out from the scope of the TGA regulation. As a result, a number of exclusions and exemptions for specific types of software products have been introduced. Exclusion means that the devices are completely unregulated by the TGA, while exemption means that TGA retains some oversight for advertising, adverse events, and notification. However, registration of the devices is not required. Second, new classification rules were introduced for programmed and programmable medical devices and medical devices that are software. This includes all software-based medical devices. This new classification rules were introduced to align with the EU MDR. As a result, many SAMD products that are currently classified as low risk, such as are reclassified to a higher class like Class 2A, Class 2B, and Class 3 medical devices, and therefore require manufacturers to obtain conformity assessment certification to allow inclusion on the ArtG. The transition period allows manufacturers to continuously supply their SAMDs under the current classification rules until November 1, 2024. To be eligible for the transition period, manufacturers must notify the TGA before August 25, 2021. However, this is only applicable to SAMDs entered on the ArtG before February 25, 2021, and impacted by the recent classification changes. For SAMDs introduced after February 25, 2021, manufacturers must demonstrate compliance with the regulations per the new classifications. Finally, the Essential Principles template for programmed or programmable medical devices, or software that is a medical device, were modified not only to clarify the existing requirements about cybersecurity, management of data and information, but also the flexibility to provide information for use in electronic format instead of printed format or leaflet. If you are looking to register your products in Australia, consider License Sale, our global medtech registration system for and easy market access. On November 25, 2021, the reclassification of certain medical devices comes into effect. To continue to supply their devices, the sponsor must notify the TGA by May 25, 2022 that their devices are reclassified. For the sponsors of 2B spinal fusion implantable devices, they also need to provide the TGA with the name of their devices recorded in their ArtG entry. and they must notify the TGA by October 27, 2021. This will allow 20 working days prior to the requirements coming into effect on November 25, 2021. For the inclusion applications that were submitted before November 25, 2021, the applications will be assessed and the device will be included in the ArtG under the old classification rules. However, the sponsor needs to notify the TGA either before May 25, 2022 or within 2 months of the start date of the ArtG entry, whichever is the later date. While applications that are submitted on or after November 25, 2021 must be submitted according to the new classification rules. Amendment to the current registered products must be submitted to TGA during the transition period, with 25, 2021 to October 31, 2024. If the new classification has not been approved after the transition period, the device can continue to be distributed using the previous classification until new classification is approved. TGA is not planning to implement Australian UDI before compliance dates. The phased implementation will most likely become their option. However, several approaches have been seriously taken, such as establishing an Australian UDI database and engaging a delivery partner such as manufacturers, healthcare providers, UDI issuing agencies, etc. To assist with the technical implementation not only by organizing workshops and webinars, but also establishing working groups and consultation papers. That's it for our update today. If you have any comments or questions, please do not hesitate to email or call us. Check the Contact Us page on our website for an ArtG group near you. Follow ArtG Group on LinkedIn to view other countries' regulatory updates, as well as the latest advancements in regulatory affairs technology. Stay safe and keep well.